Okay, so for this little segment, we're going to talk about what are essential oils and how can we use them. And thankfully, after this, they're all available. All this information is available on the website, theoilhut.com. So if you go to the section that says Essential Oils 101, this is what you will find. You will find this page, and there is a downloadable ebook attached to that, and I think I've put that in the comments as well. So I think that's the link in the comments for the ebook, but it is there on the website. So that's just at theoilhut.com. So when you go into that, okay, you will find that it talks about what essential oils are. So they are from plants, they're used for physical and emotional benefits. They're distilled from the leaves, the flowers, the trees, bark, seeds, rind of fruit in concentrated amounts. And typically, one drop of essential oil has powerful effects, making them affordable. Okay, so even though the bottle might seem a little pricey at times, they're not that pricey when you work out that you're only using 2 or 3 drops and how much that is worth. There are hundreds of ways to use essential oils, but we're going to talk about just 3 main ways, and that's this aromatically, for topical use and for food. Now, for aromatic, that's breathing them in. So putting them in a diffuser. I didn't grab my diffuser, sorry. Putting them in a diffuser with water. Cold misting is great. So the new modern diffusers are way better than the old candlelit ones that I used to sell. But I love the cold mist. And you pop in the water, you put in a couple of drops of oil, and you can breathe it in. Put them in your house. You know that you're boosting the energy and the smell and whatever in your house. Or opposite way, you can actually decrease the smells in your house. You know, if you've got some nice animals or some avid farters, then yeah, using your oils in your diffuser is going to help eliminate the odors in your house. The other way to use them aromatically is you can actually put them on your hand. So 1 drop on your hand, rub it in, breathe it in. Beautiful way to use it aromatically, and it's quite an instant way to get the oil into your body to help calm or open the airways, whatever it is that you need. Topically, they can. Okay, sorry, I just got thrown away. I've got a question, which is cool. So, are they good as a humidifier for my indoor plants? You can use them inside. They're not going to affect your plants because it's cold mist, so it's not hot. Okay, so they will work. Yeah, they should be fine. I will follow you up afterwards. I'll work out who it is when I get onto my phone. I'll work out who the comment's from, and work out exactly what you mean, because they're not going to affect your indoor plants. They're actually quite good for your indoor plants. And I know that you can actually put them into spritzers and spray your indoor plants. So they won't harm your indoor plants. So I will clarify your question with you when we are finished. Topical use. We can use them topically. So I mentioned in my last live, skincare shampoos, we can use them that way. We can roll them onto our wrists. We can roll them onto our body. If I've got a sore tummy, you know, because it's that time of the month, I can use the Clary Calm in a roller on my belly. If I'm having trouble with my sinuses, I can use the Easy Air on my sinuses. In a roller is a great way, and I can roll that onto there and rub it in, or I can just use a drop of the oil and rub it into my sinuses. I've just made up some blends for a poor baby that is teething, and so I've made them up into a roller that can be used along the back of behind the ear, but also down the jawline, and that should help ease some of the pain associated with teething. So topically is a great way to use them. What else do I use? In tune in the morning, past tense of a nighttime on my neck to help me sleep. So topically is a great way. Aromatically, back to that one. You know, 1 drop on your pillow will help is still an aromatic way for you to use it. Obviously, more like your lavender, your calming oils that way. But I can put a drop of orange or citrus bliss or peppermint on the seat of my car. It's a material seat. So I can put a drop of that on my car, and that way I'm getting the aromatic benefits of it whilst I'm driving. So peppermint for alertness, orange for, uplifting. So depending on which oil you pick. Obviously in my car, I'm not going to pick lavender, not in the car. Okay, I can use them as a food additive, and one way that I do that is in my water. So in my water today, I've actually got a drop of green mandarin and a drop of celery seed. So I've got those two in my water. The green mandarin, I just love the taste of it, but it also works as a anti for my joints. For it works for that. Um, and so does the celery seed. There's a word for it, you know, it will come to me. But anyway, that's why I use those ones in my water. With putting them in my water or in your cooking, things like that, always just be really, really aware of what you are using. So the first thing to think about is the quality. Where did you get the oil from? And can you trust what it is? Thank you. Yeah, anti-inflammatory is the word I was looking for my joints. So I'm glad someone's got my back. So in the water, in your cooking, where does the oil come from? Is it pure essential oil? Okay, do you know that it is pure essential oil? Are you 100% certain that there are no fillers, no additives, no synthetics added to your oil? And that is one of the reasons that I use doTERRA, because I really like that aspect of it. I've seen that they test them a lot. I can pick up the bottle and go to a website called Source to You and put in the details on the bottom of my essential oil bottle, and it will tell me exactly where that oil came from, what's in it. It will tell me what testing has been done to prove that that oil is pure essential oil, that it is exactly what I thought it would be in the bottle. So that is really important. Okay, some basic safety tips. I mentioned orange oil on the seat in my car as a nice uplifting oil when I'm driving. Probably not a good oil to sort of put on my hands and, touch my skin and my face, whatever, because it is a photosensitive oil. So in my skincare, I wouldn't use orange oil, okay, because it's photosensitive and I don't need some bizarre suntan. Bergamot is another beautiful oil, Great. One drop in your tea, it will turn your tea to Earl Grey tea, because that's the main ingredient of Earl Grey tea, but not so good on my skincare. It's actually an active component of a lot of your fake tans. So in my skincare, it's going to give me like a weird tanning thing, so I avoid that one because of the photosensitivity. Some of your oils are hot oils or called hot oils. Cinnamon is one of those. Beautiful oil to use. Great. You can add a drop into your cooking. You can pop a drop into your chai latte. You can use it. You can use it in blends. It is in some of the blends that I use, but on my skin itself, not so good. By itself, I meant. I've actually one day was making blends and got cinnamon on my hand. And on my hand, it was fine because the skin is nice and tough and thick. And anyway, I didn't think about it. And a bit later, I went like this. And almost instantly, I got this big red welt under my nose because the skin here is so much more sensitive than the skin here. And it was pure oil. It wasn't broken down. It wasn't diluted. So, yeah, not a good thing to use. So be very aware of hot oils. And on my webpage, it does mention don't get water. Water's not going to break it down. You actually need to get your carrier oil, or even milk will do it, full cream milk, because of the fat content in it. But that will break down those oils if you have accidentally put them onto your skin and feel a burning sensation. Okay. Avoid certain areas because, as I mentioned, some areas are a lot more sensitive than others. So don't put oils in your eyes, not good. Don't put them in your ear canal or up your nose, but you can apply them around the eye bone. You can apply them in around the ears, different areas, but don't necessarily put them directly in those areas. Diluting them is important when we're using them on the skin, and that's what we use the fractionated coconut oil for, or the body butter, or the unscented hand cream. They're great ways to get them onto your skin and use them undiluted. Use them diluted and get them into your skin. If you were to put, this is just a little fact, if you put oil onto your hand, direct from the bottle onto your hand, what happens is your hand will absorb the oil in, but a lot of it is actually evaporated before it's diluted, before it's absorbed. So putting them into a carrier oil or a hand cream, not a mineral-based one, into a natural one, what you'll find is more of the oil actually gets into your body and does a better job. So we kind of think, oh, I'll use it straight from the bottle, I'll get more of it. You don't, because a lot of it evaporates before it breaks down and absorbs into your skin. So if you do put it into the fractionated coconut oil or the hand cream body butter, what happens is it breaks down and more of it actually goes into your body and into your bloodstream. In that, I will comment on that one because I love this fact. I love the fact that with your oils, you use them, they get into your bloodstream, they do the job that you want them to do, but they're really, really polite, and they actually leave your body. So through your lymphatic system, your breath, your urine, your sweat, they leave your body, and there is usually no traces of essential oils left after 24 hours. So if you've been using them for a headache, for example, you'll find that next time you've got a headache, they will still work because your body hasn't built up an immunity to them. There's no traces of them left on your kidneys or your liver or in your body. Where with a lot of your pharmaceuticals or commercial preparations, you'll find that there are traces still in your body for way longer than the 24 hours. So oils are really nice and polite and do their job and leave. I love them. Okay, safe storage. Just watch out for, well, keep them out of reach of children pretty much. So, up in a box with a lid on it. In this room, for example, I get some great sunlight in here during the day. So probably over on that wall isn't the best place to store my oils unless they're in a box, okay, or in dark glass. If they were in clear glass and sitting there, they will lose their potency quite quickly. So they do need to be in a box, in a dark bottle, and that will help look after the store, or help look after the oils themselves, and then the oils will help look after me, which is great. Okay, you will find that all our oils do have their names quite clearly marked on them, and they'll give you a rough idea of what they are. And when you turn the bottle around and have a look at the little side, it will actually give you the botanical names as well, and that is important. Now that picture there actually has 3 blends and an oil. Now, the blends are pure essential oil. The balanced one does have a little bit of fractionated coconut oil in it, but it tells you on the bottle exactly what is in that blend. Okay, now with all of these, they are in the bottle, so you can use these in your diffuser. In fact, Balance is one of my favorite oils in the diffuser, and I tend to add a citrus oil to it. So in my diffuser, I will pop that one. Digestion, I tend to use more in a roller because we use it for motion sickness. So it's one that in a roller I can roll around the kids' bellies or even on the back of their neck, and that helps with motion sickness when we're traveling, when we're allowed to travel again. Easy Air, I use both. I use Easy Air a few ways. I use it aromatically, so I will put it in my diffuser. If we've got congestion happening, you can use it in the diffuser if you've got a snorer, put it in the diffuser in the bedroom of a night time, just a couple of drops. You don't need a ton of it, but 3 or 4 drops in the diffuser will help the snorer breathe better, and it will also help you with the respiratory issues. It'll help you breathe better. So the diffuser is a great way. From the bottle, one drop onto your hand and breathe it in is great, but it also comes in a roller. So in a roller, I can actually roll it on my chest. I can roll it across my sinuses. I can roll it on my hand again and do the breathing thing. It also comes in a tube, what's it called? A vapor stick. Comes in a vapor stick, and with the vapor stick, I can take the lid off. I can put the vapor, the gel on the kid's chest or on their feet, but I can also cup my hand around it and breathe it in. And if I'm congested in my nose, I can breathe it in through my nose. If I'm congested in my throat, I can actually breathe it in through my mouth and really sort of feel that the lungs open up, and it's a great one. So that's just those three. I'll go into other oils a little bit later. That part of my website, you'll see it actually has about 10 or about 12, 12, might have a few more, about 12 basic essential oils in it. So, whoops, it does talk about a few of the basic oils that come in a lot of the kits. So yeah, that's the website and just some of the basic stuff. I have put in the comments, I've put a few things. I've put the website link for you. So that's the website. I've also put a couple of ebooks in. So there's Essential Oils 101. That ebook is there, and the that one is the drop sheet, the tear sheet. So that's got a bit of information on it. Let me just see. I may be able to bring that tear sheet up for you so that you can have a look. Okay, where did I put it? Over here. Right. Oops. Okay, sorry. Did it bring it up? Not yet. Where are we? Share the screen. I've got to tell it which screen I want to share, don't I? Okay, application window, there we go. Now you should be able to see that one. Okay, so this is that drop sheet, that tear sheet. So it is an intro to oils, and it just gives you a little bit of a rough idea on some of the oils and how to use them. So that's the link below, the one that says Essential 101. This is what you will find in that link. So just a little bit of info and things. It's only 2 pages and you can print that one off. So that one is there as well. Okay, and I think, yep, and there is another ebook called Essential Oils for Beginners. Both ebooks do cover a lot of the same info, but you'll find that there'll be different tips and things in either of those. So those ebooks are available for you. I'm hoping that if you do click on the link that they will open up for you. They're in my, what are they in my OneDrive? So hopefully you'll be able to open them. If you can't, just let me know and I'll find another way to get them to you. Like I said, one of them, I think the Essential Oils for Beginners is actually available on the website. So go in and have a look. Righto. Go and have some, I'm going to go and have some lunch, set up the next broadcast, which will go at 1 o'clock because, sorry, we are at 1 o'clock. Next broadcast will go at 2 o'clock. So join me again at 2 and we will have something interesting for you again. Thanks for joining me.